what are your thoughts on steroid use in the fitness industry?
Well, it depends really. If it's their choice in it.
Yeah.
If they want to use it to get bigger and get stronger, then that's their choice. If they don't, they don't.
It shouldn't be easy if you're bodybuilding and competing like that, but people that just do it just to get big.
To be fair, if you're going to do it, fair enough. I think it's something people should be a bit more honest about, because I think, especially if you're a young lad coming to the gym, not knowing, what's the word? Thinking that someone's not taking steroids, but they are, but they're saying that they don't. It's a bit of a concern, because that person might be looking up to someone going, I really want to look like him, but not knowing that naturally you can't look like that.
It depends how you're using it really. Obviously there's ways doing it to get your blood tests and stuff, but people just do it for the sake of it to get big, and then they get unhealthy, and then, do you know what I mean, risk of heart attacks. Personally, I'd like to be natural 100%.
Personally, I think they have their place in a competitive industry or competitive environment, but for casual use, and especially youngsters, it's something I'd probably say stay clear of for a time until you built a good foundation and you're absolutely sure that that's the route you want to go down, because once you're involved in that, I'm not saying there's no coming back, but it's going to be hard to sort of reverse the effects of that. So if you're going to do it, be sure that you want to do it.
So I think it's important to be open about it, but if someone's open about it and honest about it and saying, look, I'm taking this, I've got a comp, I'm on this, I think fair enough, because ultimately there's only so far you can get natural. So I do think it's fair enough, but I also think you need to be open and honest about it.
So it does have its place, especially in competitive bodybuilding. As we all know, there are tested and untested federations. So if that's the route that you want to go down, then do it. Get some research in yourself and make sure the information you're getting is correct. Maybe speak to someone who is knowledgeable. Don't just go by like, oh, a young kid that's done it and go, I've done my first cycle, this is what you should do. No, find out information for yourself from the internet, from people who are experienced.
So would you say that it's fair for people to use it if they're going to be competing potentially, or if they're going to be going into things? Or do you just think, I don't care, it's their choice, they can do what they want?
Well, yeah, as long as it's fair in a competition, if you've got everyone doing it, then there's not really much problem. But if you've got some people not, some people are, then it's a bit unfair. Yeah. So let's say have a competition, one for steroid users and one for not, sort of thing, for naturals.
100%. You don't want to be doing a natural guy like against Eddie Hall and like unlike the Mountain Dew. I think that's like a given that you have to take steroids to compete in those shows. There's a couple of things you said there. You said do it for the right reasons and don't jump into it, do it at the right time.
Exactly.
So the question I would ask to you is, what is the right time? What is the age culture that you think? And also, what would be the reasons to justify going over that kind of barrier?
One on the same topic. Hypothetically, of course, if you're going to do it and want to do it, first of all, I'd say max out your natural potential. So train for a number of years, get to a certain level naturally, and then if you feel that your physique isn't or won't change from that, and I say you want to go into a competitive genre, then and only then I would say like maybe consider the route of steroids. Again, but it has to be right for you. Like I said, don't let your coach, friends, family push you down that direction. It has to come from you and wanting to do it to improve yourself within the sport. Don't just do it for cosmetic looks, to look good, for a holiday, girls, whatever the reason may be. Do it for the right reasons as a competitive athlete, I would say.
Okay, now that's a really good answer, Jake. I think it's very important to just be, like you said, honest. You don't understand the people that you're influencing.
This is it.
And you're just gonna make them, one, more insecure because they feel like you're natural and you're not. And then they're just gonna be hating themselves, thinking that your physique is naturally achievable when it's not. And it's just being honest in general, it just takes you a long way. I think nowadays there's a lot of people on it, so there's not that much of a stigma with it anymore like they used to in the past. So if you're someone that does take it, just be honest, okay? No one's gonna judge you, everyone's doing their own little things. We understand that a lot of different people need it for different reasons. And also, how do you know that you've mastered your natural potential? Again, how would you say? Would you say speaking to coaches like yourself?
Yeah, I mean, speak to
knowing people. Like, how do you know? How do I know that I've maxed out my natural potential? I've been training for 11 years.
Yeah, you have.
Like, how do I know?
It comes to a point where, like, you as a powerlifter predominantly as well, and someone who likes to dabble in bodybuilding, say your lifts aren't progressing. So, like, I don't know what your top max lift is on a certain lift. That's not gone to any higher. So then you're like, that's it, I can't go any harder on that. And say from the bodybuilding perspective, your physique, like you can only hit, say, I don't know, 95 kg, like you've maxed out your food, you've maxed out your training, and your body's not changing. So at that point, for me, that's your natural ceiling, and like you can't push beyond that. So that would be the time when I'd like reevaluate and say, perhaps, is it time now? And then I would go away, do my research, and then again, get the correct information and do it as safe as possible. There is no safe way, but do it as safe as possible. Mitigate all risks that you can.
100%. I think that's very, very, very good advice there. I think anyone doesn't listen to anything for this video, but just listens to this, that would be great. And I think a lot of people just jump on, especially the hard stuff straight away. Like I think there's a trend of people going on trend nowadays, and the side effects of that is
horrific.
I don't know them personally, but there's a lot of people that just on social media. Go on.
The side effects of Trenbolone, predominantly night sweats are horrific. Anger issues, obviously pronounced acne. They're just generally the ones. They say sleep deprivation. I mean, cosmetically, if you're doing it, the look will be great, but the side effects are horrific.